Let's start this show because it is the Tarot Oracle Show. Welcome, everybody. How are you tonight?
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
Thank you for your donations, Bree, Black Swan, Crystal, and Bart. Man, what's going on, Michelle? We got, let's see. We got Michelle, we got Bree, got Kyle, Ling, LGI, Ivo, Andrew. What's going on? Good to see y'all. Appreciate that. Thank you for your PayPal donation. Oh, I don't know if you want, yeah, Olga. Okay. Well, thank you for your PayPal donation. Be random with me. I will be random with you. Let's start, indeed, with all of the good stuff. Starting off with Barnman. How is my exercise so far? We're going to stick with the D&D Tarot. If you don't know what the D&D Tarot is, that's because, I don't know, should I be using it or not? Bartman's the only one that like literally requests this at this point. So, I don't know. Hopefully everybody likes it. We'll see. We'll see soon. Anyway, Bartman definitely does like it. So, see, he's addicted to the D&D Tarot. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go and see what's going on with all of that. Exercise. I don't know what kind of exercise. You mean like an actual project that you're doing, or like you're going to work out or something? I don't know. Maruta, welcome. Good to see you. Okay, we already had we didn't have to flip them. They were already flipped. Okay, how's my exercise so far? The seven is interesting. You are reaching for a goal, right? We're reaching for a goal. We're trying to get something out of this. It's like the exercise is not just exercise for the benefit of just having some exercise. It feels like we are literally reaching for a goal, reaching for something higher, reaching for something better. I think you got goals, and I think that you are aspiring towards those goals, and that's going to be exciting indeed, because I think you can achieve them. It's not going to be a big problem. Not very far to reach, not very far to focus. So I think there's a lot of good things here. The sun definitely does say that the exercise is bringing you good things. It is bringing some nice things, some things that you definitely want to look forward to. So you are getting all of the benefits that you need out of it. Absolutely. But the Emperor says you got to take command of it. You got to keep on with the commanding aura, right? Nobody's going to do it for us. We got to keep the Emperor out there, because a lot of times the Emperor just sort of insinuates that this is something that you're in charge of. Nobody's going to make you do it. Nobody's going to make you sort of force your hand on here. You're going to have to sort of follow up with that. Jessica and Joe. Jessica, thank you for your PayPal donation. I got you in the queue. But yeah, Emperor, just take charge, take command. Nobody else is going to do it for you. So if you can get it going, if you can get it rolling, that is going to be exciting indeed, because the Emperor is a great card for pretty much everything. So I like that. You got a couple of nice majors there, a couple of nice mix. I mean, I think I'm keeping the Dungeons and Dragons Tarot. I think it's bringing me joy. It's bringing me some good things. I like it overall. And I think it has some very good things that it's sort of handing out in this respect. In my opinion, of course. I don't know. You're the only one requesting it, so maybe it's just terrible. I don't know. Be feeling a bit lonely these days. You don't feel lonely? Come to the show. come to the show. We got all of the good people. We got all the fun people in here. So I'm just saying. Anyway, feeling a bit lonely. Any love on the horizon? Let's make that happen with the Gustave Dore. I mean, that's what we need. This is a wonderful deck, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. This is one of the ones where I looked at it and I was like, do I need to pick that up or anything? And then I'm like, well, probably should. It's only $20. And then you get it and you're like, okay, this is a fantastic deck. There's like a lot of good stuff coming out of here. Pretty exciting. I like it. So yeah, there you go. All right, we're feeling a bit lonely. We're reading upside down. That's why we're feeling lonely. We're reading upside down. 3 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. Okay, we can do this. Ace into the 2 of Pentacles. It really feels like we're finding somebody that's going to be not so new. It's almost like that we've had some encounters with somebody before. Maybe it's somebody at work. Maybe it's somebody that we have sort of a casual encounter with or what have you. But it feels like something's heating up that already exists, right? Something that already exists, something that's already out there, something you got to deal with, something you're ready to go forth and do. Ace of Pentacles, it's new, but it's not. It feels like somebody that I've already encountered with that. 2 of Pentacles says a decision needs to be made upon how you want to proceed. Because I do think there's some open-ended things here to where we can do this or that. But at the end of the day, it may not be something you want to pursue, or maybe something you're dynamically excited about pursuing. You really don't know. But the 2 of Pentacles says decisions need to be made about this particular individual. So is it new love? No. Is it sort of an old love? No. It's just something that had potential. It never really got fleshed out, but you're ready to chase that. You're ready to go forward and make that happen. Christina and Whispers and Kunal, welcome everybody. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. Queen of Swords is an interesting one, especially next to the 5 of Cups. This is not something long-term. This is not something long-term. I guess the problem with loneliness is it's a double-edged sword, right? You do have the ability to find somebody and have somebody there, but now all of a sudden we're hanging our loneliness on them, right? We're like, yo, you're the new person. I need to be not lonely kind of thing. And you sort of hanging expectations on them without sort of just enjoying the moment or what have you. So sort of hanging on too much, maybe possibly being codependent. I guess that's where the loneliness sort of comes from, right? Queen of Swords kind of says you need to fix that before you get into something. In other words, you're no longer lonely. You're pretty confident. You kind of understand where you're at, who you are, how you do things, and just sort of have that relationship with yourself already to where you're pretty confident. You have the friends that you need, anything like that. So before you get into love, you have cured your loneliness. Otherwise, you get a little too attached. Queen of Swords says get into that mode, right? Because you don't want to end up with a 5 of Cups. If something doesn't work out as long as, sort of as long as we had hoped or what have you. So basically cure the loneliness before you get into a relationship. So you're not hanging your lack of loneliness or your happiness onto another individual. That's kind of what it's saying, right? Because that is kind of tricky. It's kind of expected, but after the honeymoon period is over, it could be something that is not quite what you wanted to do with all of that. All right, we got a gazillion PayPal readings tonight. Thank y'all for your generous donations. I appreciate you. Okay, we're doing Crystal, hopping over to PayPal, coming back for the coming back for whoever was after Crystal. Coming back for Bree. Bree, we're coming back for you. We are coming back for you after the PayPal. But Crystal is right now. Okay. Crystal wants to know, let's get a little cash. We need some fat cash. Fat cash is always good. Let's go to the Tarot Tower. See what we got to choose from today. We got some good decks today. This is a Tarot Tower that is deluxeified. It is deluxeified indeed. I'm really kind of thinking the Pixel Tarot is going to be where we're at for this because we're sort of needing the money, a little fat cash action here. I think that's going to be something that we could do. Get some crystals, some money, That's going to be it. How do the finances look over the next few months? Yvette, welcome. How you doing? Good to see you. All right. Let's see what kind of things we can get. Ivo says it's interesting that you're constantly changing your decks. Ivo, this is the stream for the ADHD. I mean, if you're ADHD, if you get bored easy, this stream is yours. This stream is your playground because this is We don't use the same deck for more than like one or two reads. So we hop over here to the Tarot Tower and we pick us a new deck and we have all of that stuff. We got sound effects, we got graphics, we got all sorts of interesting things on the stream. So, I mean, if this is your first time here, you are in for a treat, my friend. We got a Scorpio action, we got a little Pisces action. Sometimes, I mean, this is the place to hang out. Anyway, all right. Let's go forth with finances. Where we're going to be. King of Swords. Finances kind of hurt. Yeah. Finances kind of hurt. Here's the problem. I think as far as inflation goes, finances goes, getting things, because the cost of everything is kind of a little bit, rolling up a little bit. So, you kind of figuring out where to go with all of that stuff. You got gas, you got inflation, whatnot. Everything's kind of going up in a spiral. And I think it does cause a little concern because you're like, most of the stuff that I used to do, maybe I don't really want to do anymore, or maybe I can't afford it, or sort of the finances may be challenged as far as this is concerned. I really think this starts slowing down at the end of the year. I really think we're sort of peaking at this misery, and at the end of the year, kind of slowing down and sort of getting a little bit better. As far as summer is concerned, I think gas is going to continue to go up. So I don't know how much gas you end up using, how much driving you end up doing, but the King of Swords into a little bit of a 9 says it's going to be a little bit painful as far as, getting the pocketbook out and making that happen. But as far as that finances go, sort of, I guess, inflationary gas, stuff like that. This is going to continue. It's going to get worse. And I think it's really going to peak out at the mid-August kind of thing. Mid-August is really going to peak out, and it's going to get some better options in there. As far as sort of getting income, getting some free money, getting some other money, I do think you have a new source of income coming in September. I really think, right? I really think that you have a new source of income coming in September, and you're sort of just rocking with that, going to make that happen. If you have investments, I really think investments is going to lean towards, just sort of shifting back and forth with sectors, right? Sectors called sector rotation or things like that. So, you got to figure out some sector rotation thing in there. Now, you do have to pay some short-term capital gains if you're going to go sector rotation, but I think sector rotation is going to kind of be where you're at. In other words, tech is going to be terrible during a recession. I mean, all these things are online. You can read this everywhere. Anyway, but yeah, just stocks are going to be kind of weird. Bonds, not so much. Hanging on to everything and making the big investments. Again, August is kind of where you're like, ooh, let's get some investments going, right? Let's get some investments going. And I think the investments are going to be pretty exciting after August kind of hits. And again, once you're in September, it's really time to really focus on that. Now, you did say about housing and whatnot. I think after the summer's over, housing is going to be a lot better option for you. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at for all of this. So we're going to get it going. All right. What is next? Now, I said we're going to PayPal, and off to PayPal we will go. All right. Olga is first. Olga wants a little bit of a general reading. Let's make it happen. General. What would be good for Olga for a deck? We do have the Kawaii Tarot. I think it's going to be nice. I think it is going to be nice indeed. Kawaii Tarot is going to be very good. Going to be very good. All right. Let's get it going over here. So, Olga wants a little bit of a general action, and Olga, man, speaking of finances, Olga, you're not looking too bad. Olga's not looking too bad as we're coming through. Yeti is all about sort of continuing education. It really is continuing education time. It is for you, right? Picking up stuff, modifying it, getting some more knowledge, getting some more things, and all of this other stuff. You definitely want to be chasing some knowledge. You want to be chasing some continuing education. No matter what your job is or where you're at on a spiritual journey, I think picking up knowledge, getting all of that is going to be one of the big factors indeed. So High Priestess says it's all about gathering information, picking up the information, getting it in there, and all this other stuff. So definitely be focused on that. I think that's going to advance you maybe in a job. It's going to advance you maybe in some of your quests and some of your things, sort of getting some training, getting some stuff here. You see that with the High Priestess and the 9 of Wands. It is a matter of enveloping ourselves with knowledge right now. It is a matter of getting more things happening that we sort of need to, sort of as far as knowledge, as far as maybe book learning, videos and things like that. I think you're really on the path. Nine of Wands says definitely this is going to be where you're going to be at. If you sort of stagnate, if you're like, I'm not really growing, I'm not really expanding what I need to expand, I think you are going to hit sort of a dead end later. And I don't really think you want to experience that. You definitely want to, do your own thing and have control, more of a control over where you're at and such. Nikona, thank you for your donation. Overall, King of Swords and the King of Coins and the Page of Swords. It is about communicating right now. You seem to be at a comfort level, or at least at a level of satisfaction with a lot of different things, and I think that's good. But the King of Coins with the Page of Swords says sort of get out there and I guess talk to more people, talk more, communicate more. I think communication is going to be big for you as well. With the Page of Swords, it seems like it's a little bit of a hovering cloud of Mercury retrograde over you right now. It feels like it doesn't affect hardly anybody else, but it's definitely affecting you. And I think that's going to hit in a few weeks. It's going to be there for another few weeks, but you just got to kind of go with the flow with all of that. Anyway, that is the Kawaii Tarot. Everybody loves it, and we are going to keep using that, because next is Jessica. All right, Jessica gave some information to somebody. We need to find out what's going on with that. All right, Jessica, let's see, information. We got Noel as well. Thank you for your donation. Let's see, information. Let's see, being used. Okay, it says information being used. So we gave some information, and we're wondering if that information is going to be something that is used or whatnot. So definitely going to be something to see. Okay, let's keep on using the Kawaii Tarot and figure out what is going on. What is going on with all of that? So we have some extra information that we shared, and we need to figure out if that's going to be helpful or going to be going on. Carla, thank you for your PayPal donation. I got you in the queue. And we got Sandra, thank you for your PayPal donation. Be Random with Me did a PayPal donation as well. We got all of y'all in the queue, my friends. Lots of people on the PayPal. Appreciate y'all. Okay, let's see. Is the information going to be used in a court case? 8 of Swords, 4 of Swords, and the 5 of Wands. Wow, no. Something's going on with this information. It feels like maybe the information is not either accepted, the information is not optimal, the information is not being used. You have a 4 of Swords, right? Everything is delayed, everything is held back. You got an 8 of Swords, restrictions and stuff like that. It feels like we're keeping the information. Now, this is sort of an interesting piece, right? When you have 2 restriction cards where you sort of pulled back, we're not able to just sort of get everything out there. That is sort of a thing that maybe the information needs to be saved. So it could be some information that if everybody knew it, then that wouldn't be good, because all of a sudden everybody will be like, whoa, so then they have time to react. But it could be something they release at the last minute, like, oh, here's some information. And then the other side's like, oh my God, they're like rustling around trying to figure out what to do. It feels like one of those, right? We need to hold it tight to our chest, not release it in there, because the 5 of Wands does say there's a lot of activity that's going to happen once people know this information. So they're going to hold it, they're going to hang on to it, and then at the last minute, they're going to reveal it. So when other people are just not prepared and whatnot. So, I mean, that's it. I think that is what's going to happen. By the way, that was the Kawaii Tarot. We do get a lot of questions on that, because that thing is insanely insanely popular with all of that. All right, now we got Be Random with Me. I will be random indeed. All right, Random with Me wants to know something. They want to know what kind of randomization. Question below. Oh, Be Random has a question below. So they typed it. Okay, PayPal question. Why does my cat loudly cry, meow, when she kills her toy and brings it to me? It is your first reading indeed. Be Random with Me. I'm glad that you're random with me tonight, because, I mean, this is the place to be on a Saturday night. Might as well just be random and make all that happen. Okay. So the cat finds the toy and the cat kills it. The cat kills it. Carla, it is not too bad. It is, you're like 4 away, I think, 4 away. Anyway, okay. Now, the cat finds it, the cat kills it, and then they give out a big battle cry, like in some of the movies, right? Some of the movies. Dab King, it's been a minute. Dab King, it's been a long minute. How you doing? Good to see you. Okay, let's see what's going on here with that. Okay, so we got a kitty deck. We got the sun. And we got the 7. Okay, so we definitely have something we're bringing in. We have something to choose from. We have been resting. We have been taking a little cat nap. And then we get the toy, and we are a Knight of Swords. We rush over to the toy, we kill the toy, and then we scream like the movie 310 or what have you, you know, where they're just like, wah. Anyway, but the 7 says this is something that we're going to do later as well. It just seems to be a battle cry. It just seems to be a little bit of a battle cry, right? The sun. A battle cry has multiple uses. Number 1, it declares to the world that you're victorious. So if you go into a situation and you wallop something and you just kill that toy good and you come back in, you give out a loud battle cry to let everybody know that you have killed something, that you have conquered something. And I think that sort of instinctually says to all the other cats that, hey, come on over, we got to kill, right? So maybe a lion chases down a deer, and then and then it sort of brings in all of the other lion family to eat the deer and whatnot. So it's more of a battle cry. Let everybody know. The sun. I want to expose this. I want to let everybody know. Very important to me. And then I'm going to sort of take a nap after, because I made my victory lap. Part of my victory lap is the battle cry. The Knight of Swords. A lot of things happened, and I got my teeth into that toy, and I made it happen. And, there's a lot to choose from. Everybody can enjoy the toy now, because there's sort of a lion killing a gazelle on the field. And, the way it happens, I just think it's a battle cry. Lets everybody know it's time to come eat. We got a good kill over here. And it's also a battle cry, sort of a pride, before we sort of go rest. You know what I mean? That is it. That is it indeed. Okay, let's go to the next question. Anyway, thank you so much for being random with you. I'll be random with you indeed. All right, we got everybody on PayPal. We're coming back to, let's see, we got Sandra and... Noel, you requested instead of paying. So Noel, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. You can hit the pay if you still want to donate. In the meantime, we got Carla and we got Sandra coming up. But before we do that, let's get a couple of super chats up in here. By the way, that was PayPal. In case you wondered what we're doing, we did all of that. Noel, you did not donate. You requested money from me. But so I declined it, Noel. If you want to re-click it and do the send instead of request button, that'll be perfect. Okay, Scorpio is here. Welcome, Scorpio. Good to see you. Okay, now Bree is next. Bree had a question. Lady on my job complimented me on how nice I was. Ooh, that's nice. And said I should play the lottery. What? That's kind of weird. Wait. So you're nice to a lady, and she just like randomly rolls up to you and says, play the lottery? Says, you're really nice, play the lottery. Okay, unusual, but sure. I've been thinking about it for the 2 weeks. Is that a sign? Ooh, if I'm going to play the lottery, we're going to go over here and we are going to get the single best deck for lottery winnings ever, which is right here. We're going to put that out here and find out if you should be playing the lottery, because that is it. That is it indeed. Hopefully you can play the lottery. I mean, if we're going to play the lottery, I'm going to give you some numbers too. We're going to give you some numbers if you want to play the lottery. All right. Is that a sign? That's like random. That's like somebody coming up to you and going, I like your shoes. Do you want some milk? Look, wait, what? Anyway, that's interesting. That's interesting indeed. Okay. Ooh, the 5. Okay. So we got, the 3. We got reverse, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think the lottery is in your future. I really do. I really do think the lottery is in your future. All right. Lovers just kind of says that, yes, this is something that's a good match for you. If you're looking for maybe getting a ticket or two, getting a little lottery action, it is going to be a good match for you indeed. I think that is great. 10 of Cups also said we have this nice roundabout with this thing. Roundabout, right? It's a happy home, happy family. I think you do end up winning something. I think it looks pretty good indeed. Jessica, thank you for your other donation. Overall, it says be careful and don't load up, right? The lottery is something where I'm just going to put in $2 and then I'm done. See, that's the best part of the lottery. I'm going to put in $2 and I'm done. So I don't have to go in and spend $180 on scratch offs. So I just get the ticket, right? I just get the ticket. Okay. So we're going to go with some numbers here. The 3 says don't share it with anybody else. So this is something that I think you should go ahead and do. Now, let's get you some lottery numbers. Now, this is entertainment purposes only. Never play the lottery based upon a random dude on tarot reading cards, okay? Period. But Bree, if you're going to play the lottery, indeed, I think 30 is going to be a big number for you, all right? 30, and this is only for Bree. I think 30 is going to be a big number for you. The reason is we got 2 10s. I think we're tripling that up. We're making it a 30 is going to be fantastic for you. Overall, I think 16 is going to be another great number. So I would go with 3016. I would also say if you can get up to the 50s, I think 54 is just going to be amazing for you. All right. So there's your few numbers. Fill in the gaps and you will be all set. Lonnie, welcome. Good to see you. How you doing tonight? But yeah, there you go. There you go. I think you should play the lottery. And there's you a few numbers to start off with. Really, Chris, I thank you for your really nice donation. I greatly appreciate you. All right. Yeah, this is an amazing deck here. For any money, look how glorious this thing is. All nice and shiny and whatnot. So, making the grade, making the lottery winnings, I think that is going to be there. That is going to be that. Okay. Let's go with more... Super chats. Dakota is how's June going to go for me? Oh, man. What haven't we used? It's going to be fresh. It's going to be kind of vibrant. It's going to feel pretty good over here. Oh, man. I haven't used this in like a long time. This has so many good cards. I love this one. We got to get this one out and make it happen. Make it happen. Also haven't used some of my decks in quite some time either, right? We haven't used the... Oracle decks, the Echoes of Nature Oracle. That's been a minute. Okay, how's June going to go for me? Noel, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. You're in the queue. Thank you, everybody, for doing PayPal tonight. I get more of a cut from PayPal than I do from Super Chat, so y'all really making me happy tonight. Okay, June. 5 of Swords. Jesus, June starts off right. Okay, you need to be ready for competition. This is going to be a very competitive month for you. I don't think for the entire thing. I definitely think for like the first 2 weeks as we're sort of going in there. Joanna, welcome. Good to see you. But I mean, that is some competition. 5 of Swords is the Lord of Defeat. And it sort of says, be prepared to not be defeated. Be prepared to put up a little bit of a fight. Be prepared to sort of launch in and figure out what is the next thing for me? Where is the next big deal for me? I think that's going to be good, right? The 5 of Swords, be prepared for battle. Whether that's maybe a little bit of research, maybe a little bit of things you need to know, maybe a little bit of things you need to prep. A 5 of Swords does say that. 4 of Swords is interesting too. It says June goes a little bit too slow on the last week. It feels like things need to be moving, things need to be happening, but the last week is sort of dragging a little too much for your comfort level, in my opinion, a little too much for that. 4 of Swords, be prepared for that. You have all swords here. June is all about just sort of communicating, learning, picking up stuff, doing the sword kind of thing. Whoa, we got a massive donation. Who was that from? Okay. But yeah, just sort of communication, learning, any of the swords, the air signs too. I really think that air signs in your life are going to be important in this month, right? Air signs. Definitely sort of people are sort of doing a little the Gemini action on you, what have you. You definitely kind of want to figure out where you're going to go with it, how you're going to deal with it, and sort of be ready for a lot of air sign interaction. So that's going to be it. That is going to be it indeed. Lonnie, thank you for your very generous donation as well. I appreciate y'all. All right, let's see what else is next. Let's do Dab King. Hop over to PayPal. Do us some PayPal over here. We got a ton, and I mean a ton of PayPal. Let's do Dab King first, though. Dab King wants to know, what does my superior Adam think of me? Well, hopefully they like you. If they don't like you, that's never good for our job. That's never good for the job when they don't like you, right? They're like, oh, yeah, you're okay at best. We got to get rid of you. That's not a good thing. That's not something we want to deal with. So let's find out, Dab King, if they love you, they like you, where they want to go, what they want to do with you, all of that good stuff. Make it, just sort of lay it out on the line, my friends. Lay it out on the line. Noel, we got your love reading in the queue. Thank you so much. Two of Wands, Devil, and the Two of Cups. Couple of twos. Are you temporary, or is this something where some big decisions are going to be made pretty soon with you? Because I find that kind of interesting. I find you got a 2 and a 2. Like, decisions need to be made about Dab King, right? I know we don't have a 2 of Pentacles. I'm just saying it's interesting. The 2 is all about choices, about decisions, and, and sort of a lot of things happening with that. I think the 2s are kind of interested. Devil says that they sort of do have a couple of issues with you. It's like maybe you need to tweak this, maybe you need to tweak that. Definitely they're going to be communicating that maybe on the next review or the next time they sort of see you one-on-one or what have you. I think that is going to be a very poignant thing there. Overall, they kind of like you. Two of Cups and natural card is going to be, I like it. It's somebody I've met, I like, they belong here, I have a lot of good feelings for that, but there are some decisions to be made about you, definitely. Two of Wands, right? Two of Wands, Dominion. You seem to know your sort of job, you know your role, and they kind of like that as well. All right. We have a metric ton for everybody on PayPal. Okay, reading for Sandra. Sandra, I got your reading, and we're going off to PayPal and seeing if you're in the chat. There we go. Okay, receive retirement for me this year. Let's make that happen. A little bit of retirement. I don't, everybody wants to retire. I think this is a time where it's like, it's a time where it's like, man, work is inconvenient. This really would be a nice place to retire. Would be a nice kind of time to relax, stay home, do what I want to do my own projects, maybe start my own company, my own business or what have you. So that is going to be good. That is going to be good indeed. We got a lot of chatter going on in chat. What is going on? Let's see. Ivo is asking a lot of questions. Are you asking for like, what's Ivo asking? Let's see. Donation gets long. The Q gets long indeed. I don't know what they're asking. Anyway, I think they're asking why I have so many decks or why I'm picking decks or what have you. So basically, if you're new and you don't know why I pick decks or how I do this, basically I pick decks based upon the situation and the question. So I think every question can basically be best handled by a particular deck, right? So I don't use like one deck over and over and over and over. I think you should choose the deck based upon the question, based upon intuition, based upon kind of where you're at, what you're doing. And I think overall, I think a question and a deck match well. And I think you got to learn that, right? Because I've done a gazillion readings. So I think I'm coming up on 40,000 readings, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, that is something you got to sort of wing. Anyway, let's go. Retirement this year. I mean, this is looking good for retirement. We're going to go with sort of a thumbs up feeling on this because I kind of like that. I think there's a lot of good things there, right? A lot of good things happening with that. So, Noel, you can ask any question you want. You got love reading. Okay, we can do that. Saya, I got your, do I have it? I don't know if I have it or not. Sarah, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Overall, we're going to see retirement. I think it's good. I think it's looking good. The Fool says you're ready for a different journey. Part of the Fool is also sort of, there's a level of risk involved. And any retirement, there's always risk, right? Should I cash out now? Should I cash out later? There's always that pending risk and that journey of sort of anguish, right? About, am I going to be able to afford this, afford that? What are we going to be doing? The Fool says that level of risk is very apparent to you. Sandra, you definitely see this level of risk here. Three of Swords, let's go ahead and do it, right? Obviously, entertainment purposes only, but go ahead and do it. It looks pretty good. Three of Swords talks about cutting, so discontinuing what you're doing. Death says you're ready for a change. I think that sort of this This Eight of Wands says you've been doing the same kind of thing over and over, the same kind of thing over and over. And it really is kind of getting old. It's just kind of not developing in the way that you wanted it to. You're not the place that you ultimately wanted to be. Eight of Wands says, just sort of doing this activity for so long, I'm ready for some big changes. I think big changes are going to be involved in retirement. If you're willing to do the risk, Three of Swords says absolutely make that cut, make it. And the Death said you're ready for some type of change. This will be a pretty dramatic. I mean, that is going to obviously be a dramatic change. So I did have a boss, a previous boss that I had. He retired, and now he plays an instrument for a band. And this is somebody who I just never really thought had any sense of humor or any sense of fun at all. And then all of a sudden, they're just playing for a band. It's like, well, where did that come from? Anyway, Carla is... it's one of those where you don't really know anybody. Saya, I got your donation in the queue. Thank you so much. By the way, we are on PayPal, in case you're wondering what we're doing. We're on PayPal. We're coming back to Ling, Really, Chris, Lonnie, Sarah. Y'all are in the queue, but we're getting a couple of PayPal knocked out before we hop into that section. Carla has a donation over PayPal and wants to know. Question is, Eric called me yesterday morning. We just talked. What are his feelings? What is going on? We just sort of chatted a little bit of chat here and there. And they didn't tip their hand, apparently. And that's kind of hard, right? Because you do get somebody on the phone or you're just and then all of a sudden they really don't tip their hand. It's like, why are you really calling? And a lot of people, you're just like, you really want to know this information because you're like, okay, what's going on? Because I hate reading between the lines. I mean, if you're going to call me, you need to just level out what you need, right? I need to start a relationship again, or I need to, make up for me yelling at you or whatever. You need to just knock out the information. I'm all about give me information. Don't just waste time. Eight of Pentacles says they're working on it. They are working on it. I think they're trying to rebuild something, and they're trying to build some level of trust, build some level of stability, because you have 8 with the Knight of Pentacles. I'm working on a new stability. I'm working on kind of a level set to where we're all comfortable, we're all good times, and Knight of Pentacles says I'm going to be there, right? I can get there. I can be there. That's going to be very important indeed. Eight of Pentacles says they're willing to do the work. They're willing to work on it. They're willing to make some level of sacrifice here. Eight of Swords kind of says they don't know what you're going to do. So they're putting their foot forward. They're going to make a little bit of a connection. You know what I'm saying? So their feelings are, I want to make some connection. I want to make some stable things here, but I don't know what Carla's going to do. So, I mean, if you communicate a little more and kind of, tip your hand in the poker game and say, this is kind of what I'm looking for. This is kind of what my hand is. I think that's going to be good. And I think that's going to sort of instigate them to be a little more open, a little more free as that goes. I think that's sort of an interesting possibility. Anyway, we did all that. Now, Jessica is next on the PayPal queue. We got JT. JT wants to know, information gets released, will the truth be found out about? All right. When info gets released. Okay. When the info gets released, will the truth about the behaviors towards me be found out about? Will there be a level of discovery after the info is out there, after the info gets released? Sarah and Rose, thank you for your donations. I appreciate that. All right. Oh, man. When it gets released, kind of where we're going, what are we going to do with it? I assume so. Okay. Yeah, the king. You got 2 kings and an empress. There's a level of discovery here that will be made, right? The 2 kings. It's important that we have a king. In other words, now things are out there. Now we're able to take action. Now we're able to take control of this, because I think that people do realize this is maybe a little bit more important or a little bit more poignant than they had originally thought. Maybe there was something where they're just like, nah, I really don't want to deal with it, but now you have to deal with it. Right now it's in your face. You got to deal with it. You got to make it happen. So I think ultimately that is a yes. The discovery will be there. We do have to take some action on it. I think once the behaviors are in the open, it is going to initiate quite a bit of action where people are like, oh, they're sort of shuffling around. They're like, oh my, we need to do this. We need to do that. What are we going to do about that kind of thing, right? What are we going to do about that kind of thing? Now, Noel donated over PayPal. Thank you so much, Noel, for your donation. I greatly appreciate you. We are still on PayPal, my friends. We are, but we're going to the Tarot Tower right now, and we're getting this deck here. Everybody literally loves this deck. It's the Modern Love Tarot. When you think of love, you think of modern love. We don't want old love. You don't want the stale love that nobody really likes anymore. You want modernization. Let's make it modern, okay? Can we do that? Can you and I, can we just make the modern love? Because the old style love ain't nobody like anymore. You need the modern twist on it. And that definitely is what this deck delivers. We got the teddy bear deck coming soon. Everybody loves a teddy bear deck. We got Amy decks coming soon. All of this stuff. Julie knows. Julie, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Let's find out where we're going to go with this. Jesus, we got the Magician and a page. This is a really weird one. All right, you want to love reading. Ace of Swords says we have a new opportunity coming. Now, let's be clear. Something's up. Noel, there's a level of complexity with your interactions. I don't know if it's all interactions. Maybe it's just with love when it comes around. You have this level of complexity, and I'm not saying it's a good complexity. I think you run into situations, you're like, why does it need to be this difficult to do anything, right? The reason I say this is the Ace of Swords next to an 8, Magician next to a page. It's like things just blossom. These flowers come out. They look so pretty, and then all of a sudden they're just gone, or they're just sort of dwindling, or, like I do not have a green thumb at all, is what I'm saying. But like sometimes if a plant is doing really good, I don't know what I do. I don't know what I do to it, but it just dies off. And I talk to it. I water it. I make sure it's not overwatered. It got plenty of sunlight. I put it in the right spot. It dies off anyway. It feels like that with some of your love possibilities, Noel. It feels like this big potential and things are really growing, and it's like, ugh. But the reason I say that, you got an Ace of Swords into an 8 of Swords, right? The restrictions here, but this new beginning here. I have all of this possibility, all of these amazing things that are just in there, but they're just restricted. It feels like I can't get where I need to go. I can't get what I need to do in this particular interaction. The Magician, I have all of these wonderful possibilities in love. Everything's exciting. Everything is ready to go. But then we have this Page of Pentacles. Like, why is this so unstable? Why does this go the way that it did? It feels like we're just falling down, or for some reason, after we sort of getting up, falling down, getting up, falling down. So I think that is the reason that what happens, right? Page of Pentacles next to Magician. It feels like all the incentive, all the excitement, all the growth is just sort of pulled back a little bit. KS, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. Oh, man. Looks like we're gonna have to start. It looks like we got to start. We got to start the bands tonight. But that's the way it goes. Anyway, but yeah, it just feels like that. You do have some potentials. And we are talking about an air sign. I definitely think you're looking at an air sign. You just got too many swords sort of getting in here. But yeah. Be aware the air sign is going to be very interesting indeed. And again, a lot of potential just doesn't really work out. You just got to figure out what is the blockage here. Why does this happen? Because I think there's a particular maybe reason that it happens or what have you. No, I do think there's love in your future. I think you have an air sign coming in. I think the air sign has a lot of good possibilities. But we sort of need to back up and address this issue before we sort of launch forward with that. Do you have somebody coming? I think so. Do you have maybe some blockages that need to be worked out before you sort of get full steam ahead in some of this stuff? Absolutely. Anyway, Julie, thanks for your other donation. And KS, if I didn't say thank you, thank you. Thank you, and thank you again. So yeah, you do have somebody coming in. A little love balloon. We can do a little love balloons for you, but you have an interesting sort of a love history with that. Anyway, so we got Noel. We got Saya is next. Saya is still on PayPal. Saya, you donated a lot of money. Anyway, let's go into love and career by the end of the year. All right, we'll spend some time with Saya here in a minute. Before we go back to PayPal, though, let's hop over and do a couple of super chats. We got all y'all on super chat being so patient, waiting over there. Ling is the first up there, sort of in the queue. Ling wants to know something. What did S talk to his sister about me? Good, bad, or indifferent? We got some conversations going on about Ling. We need to get to the bottom of these immediately. And what is the best deck to get to the bottom of? It is some teddy bears, my friends. It is all about the teddy bears. Christina, welcome. What's going on? Christina, long time no see. All right. What did S talk to their sister about me? Man, there's some conversations going on about you for sure. Julie, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate you. Man, there's some conversations out there. Conversations out there about you. Are they good? They bad? Hierophant and the Empress. Man, I think it's overall good. There's a couple of bad things. It's overall good. They feel like you have some instability in your life that doesn't need to be there. It feels like there's some things in your life that don't need to be there. In other words, you got some things dragging you down. You got this thing pulling you back, right? A little bit of Four of Wands with the strength. The level of patience needed in your life is a little bit too much. Maybe you could optimize. Maybe you could fix some stuff. Maybe you could sort of address some things and make things go a little bit smoother, right? Empress is overall, you're pretty good. You're pretty good. I think you're kind of comfortable. You're like, I really don't need nobody. I got everything handled. I think that's kind of the motto of your life, right? I don't need nobody. I got everything handled. Let's sort of go forth and see what's going on with that. So I think the level of independence is good. A lot of good stuff here, but it feels like that you have some inconsistencies, and it does feel like that you do need to work on some stuff as well. So you got a little mix, right? A lot of good, but some sort of challenges that you need. Some sort of challenges that you need to address with all of that. I mean, everybody loves a teddy bear. We can keep using the teddy bear. We will keep using the teddy bear for Really Chris. Really Chris says hello. Well, hello to you. Really Chris wants to know, how will my Sag respond to my text? All right, let's go with RC. How will Sag respond? Okay, how will SA respond? No, it's not SA, it is a Sag. Okay, how will Sag? I sent an apology. I feel my delivery was a bit harsh. All right, we can do this. Might hurt tarot. This is the thing where you got to marry the tarot deck to the question. Okay, we're going to do, I think we're going to have a dedicated video on marrying a tarot deck to the question, okay? Here we have, basically, you put things out there that are kind of harsh. You went a little overboard, a little too emotional. Now, you know, really, Chris, don't type when you're angry. Don't type when you're emotional. Overall, This Might Hurt Tarot is going to be your soulmate deck right now, right? Because the This Might Hurt Tarot is sort of a situation that might be challenging, a situation that might have been painful, that might have hurt a little bit. And I think that's going to be your best marriage. That is going to be your best marriage indeed. Okay, let's go with a little This Might Hurt promo screenshot there. How will the Sag respond? We're kind of harsh. We're throwing it out there, and we gotta do something with that. King of Wands is interesting indeed. Page of Cups. Well, they know that you didn't mean it. They know that you're kind of harsh, right? You're kind of harsh. Some days, I know a particular person, that could be in chat. I'm not going to say if they're in chat or not. Lover, welcome. Good to see you. I know a particular person that could or could not be in chat. When they wake up, they say it's going to be a great day. Okay, they said it's going to be a great day. They're all excited. It's going to be a great day. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Within an hour, they're yelling at people. Within an hour, they're yelling at people. So, you know. Okay, I said that to say this. They knew that you're not really legit, right? So when this particular individual wakes up and says, I'm going to have a great day, and they start yelling, I know that you kind of got to just weather the storm, right? You got to weather the storm. If you weather it, then you're going to be all right. But if you pipe up and start yelling back, that's the wrong decision, because then it's going to be a bad day, which is the opposite of what they said. So you basically just got to weather the storm. You got to put a pillow over your head and hope for the best, right? Just hope for you don't die. And so that's basically it. Anyway, the reason I said that is we have a Page of Cups. They know you're just there, right? They know you're just sort of you're emotional. We're putting things out there. We're making it happen. And this is not really legit, like long term. You're not making like serious decisions here. You're just like, ugh. But the Page of Cups, I don't really mean it. Okay, you know what I'm saying? King of Pentacles is all about keeping the stable and weathering the storm. And this is something where they understand they need to weather the storm. So will they overreact to this? I don't really think so. King of Pentacles is pretty relaxed. They got the good man spreading. They're sort of relaxed. They're hanging out, and they're just going to go, oh, that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? So they're not just immediately going to go, oh, you really pissed me off now. You know what I'm saying? So they understand it's time to weather the storm. All right? Eight of Pentacles says that they will respond, but it's going to be a little bit more calmly than you think. I don't think you planted anything that's just detrimental. You didn't like throw a grenade over there, but you did sort of put some stuff up there that's like, whoa. Overall, the King of Wands says you were a bit fiery, and that's the way you get sometimes. That's the way all of us get sometimes. We get really fiery, right? And they just got to put up with it. I think they're going to take it pretty casually. They're going to man spread. They're going to be pretty relaxed about it. I just don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I just think they're going to respond kind of cool and collective, you know. And they're sort of processing it. But, yeah, that's the way it goes. Anyway, so, yeah. The apology is kind of, you know, the apology is always a good thing. I never get an apology for all of what with my experiences, but I never, no, wait, did I? No, once I got one apology one time, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I did get an apology, but that was pretty much it. Anything good coming, a change in next week for me. Lonnie, let's see what any good thing is happening with this. By the way, after Rose, we're going to hop over to PayPal. I did not forget about you. I swear, I promise. I didn't forget about you. So yeah, I did not forget about you. You are going to be in the queue. All right. We got Lonnie, Sarah, we got Rose hopping over to PayPal. We got Julie, Triple Shot KS. We are making it happen today. This is an exciting stream. Like normally Saturday nights is pretty chill. Everybody's hanging out with me, having a good time. Let's have I mean, y'all have a lot of cool things you could be doing right now. The fact that you're spending it with me is amazing. I love every single one of y'all.
I love you.
You know I love you. You know that I love you. Anything good change coming in the next week for me? Okay, a good change, kind of sort of settling down, figuring it out. I'm going to use my deck for this. I really think just intuitively, I kind of like using it. Plus, I like getting it on the stream because I can say, if you want one of these, you can have it for $19. Isn't that insane? $19. Do you know what you can buy for $19 on Amazon with tarot? Nothing except, I mean, just saying. I'm just saying, but you can go to my site, link in the description. You can get you one of these for $19. That is bananas. That is absolutely bananas. All right. Let's see what is going on with this. Changes, anything good, anything exciting, what's going on, what's happening. Strength card. All kind of this. Okay, we're doing that. Eight of Pentacles, Magician, and the Two of Wands. Eight of Pentacles just kind of says working towards mastery. And I really think that's where you're at with some of these sort of projects, maybe some of these sort of evaluations, things you're sort of doing and all that. But yeah, the Strength card. And let's go in reverse. Basically, you're looking for mastery. And that's where you want to strive for. It's almost like that there are certain situations that are going to present you with a way to mastery or road to mastery that's going to be a little bit better than you otherwise would have expected. Eight of Pentacles says the more we work towards mastery, the more that we can get it. It's almost like, I'm going to go way out on a limb here. It's almost like, that you're, I'm not saying next week, but in the next like 3-4 weeks, you're in a zone to where you can get a lot of stuff done that you never really thought that you could get done. It's like things are just rocking. Things are just moving. When you work, it's like you did double duty in working towards something. And I see the level of mastery. And the level of mastery that you need to work towards is going to be all about the Hanged Man, looking at things from a different perspective, right? Because, okay, let me give you an example. I know I do all these examples, and I'm sorry if nobody can relate, but I'm going to give you an example. So I ended up buying like this. I ended up like buying a linen canvas to do my paintings on, right? So I got this linen canvas, and I got these paints, and I'm thinking I need this brush that's going to do all this stuff. Julie, thank you for your other donation. And then I watched this video of this guy, right? He used dollar store paints, and he did a realistic portrait. And I'm like, damn, that totally changed everything. That was my hanged man moment. He's using dollar store materials, and he's making realistic stuff. And I was like, so I bought this stupid canvas for $20 for no reason, is what I really felt like, right? I'm striving for all of this stuff, and I'm doing it the wrong way. And I think that's kind of where you're at. That's where you're at. The next few weeks is going to reveal itself. Eight of Pentacles into the Magician. Work towards things. You're going to make double progress on that. It's sort of like the double points, right? You know, when you buy some at the grocery store and they got the double coupons. Anyway, the Two of Wands is ultimately mastery is within your grasp very soon. And I think that's an important thing because you're looking at what's next, because the two is all about what's next, what is going to be the next big thing. So you're looking at that. Strength, have the patience and sort of, you know, take a deep breath, have some of the patience that you need to get through it, because there are some interesting aspects to that you do need to get through. Anyway, we got Sarah is next, and we got Rose. Hopping over to Saya on PayPal. All right, I had my end of year review with my manager. He has big plans for me. Was he honest, and can I count on it? I mean, in a general sense, a manager is not really going to just BS you when it comes to a year-end review. I mean, just in my opinion, of doing many year-end reviews, seeing many year-end reviews, and sitting next to many managers who discuss year-end reviews. So yeah. Anyway, normally they're not going to open their mouth if they don't really have anything with that. Not really going to give you hope, you know. Anyway, Michael, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Overall, the Seven of Wands says you're a bit defensive of it. I think they overpromised. Okay. I'm not saying that everything can't be delivered, but I do think that they did go a little bit overboard. So I'm going to agree with you, because your first intuition was like, wait a minute. And I think it's right. I think they went a little bit overboard, because you're a bit defensive here. You're like, wait. Do you mean this and that? Something's going on with that. Overall, Seven of Cups. I think that they basically mean there's more options for you. They're going to hand deliver some more options. I think that's important for you, right? Because you do want more options. You do want more places to go. You do want more places to be. You do want kind of some of the things that they had. Did they over-deliver, over-promise? Absolutely. And you know this, because I think you had a raised eyebrow halfway through it, right? So this is it. Anyway, the Three of Cups is ultimately, they're going to be your cheerleader. And I think that's the big key here. If they're going to cheerlead you, if they're going to be behind you and be supportive of you, you have an Ace of Pentacles waiting. You have the opportunities, could be open. So in other words, you're working on this, all of a sudden the door opens with another opportunity. I think that's kind of where they're at, right? They know once you're in a certain zone, you're going to have more opportunities happen, right? It's kind of like once you're hanging out with the movie stars, you meet more movie stars. Does that make sense? Hopefully that kind of makes sense. I think that's where you're at. Ace of Pentacles says more movie stars open up, more zones open up for you to grasp, for you to get into. So yes and no. Did they over deliver? Yes. Do they have the right intentions? Yes. So there you go. So yes and yes. Yes and yes. All right, we got Rose that we're going to Saya on PayPal. Thank you so much, Saya, for your very generous donation over PayPal. You are in the queue. I swear I did not forget about you. Rose wants to know, what does my boss think of me? A lot of y'all are like, what's my boss think of me tonight? I mean, that's valid. Because a lot of times you don't know. A lot of times you're like, oh, shit, if I know what they think about me. I mean, you know, they seem to be okay with me, I guess. Anyway, let's do this, okay? Boss. You got the Two of Cups. They really like you. Two of Cups is sort of I like you. I think that you're good for the job. You're good for this position kind of thing. Two of Cups is a great card overall to have in any reading. It just says, I like you. This is a good match. You and I, your boss, I'm the employee. We're just a good match. King of Wands does say they have a lot of stuff they're about to unload on you. Okay, bros, I'm telling you now, they got a lot of stuff they're about to unload on you. So hang on. Hang on. They're not going to hesitate at all with that stuff. Page of Pentacles, you may not be quite ready for everything, but, don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to go, this is, sort of the safe word, right? This is a little too damn much, don't you think? So, yeah, you're about to get loaded up, all right? You got a little fiery aspect over here, about to get loaded up, so be prepared with all of that. Ultimately, they like you, and they think that you are a superstar. You are a superstar. Okay, we're going now off to PayPal. Saya has quite a bit of money that they dumped in there. And let's see if we can get them set up. Saya. Okay, we have a variety of questions for here. Love, career. And by the end of the year. Okay, we can do love, career kind of thing. I really think we're going for the Amy decks right now, okay? I mean, we've been waiting for the Amy decks, and you got a couple of opportunities. Amy's been cranking out all the good decks. I really think right now we're going to go for the Wizards on this. I think the Wizards is going to make it happen. Going to be some good stuff. And we got a jumper already. It's going to be the Tower card. Oh, my. Okay, we're going to start off in career. That's going to be item 1 with this. So we got a 5 of Pentacles, too. The Tower and the 5. Oh, man, you got a career change. I mean, this is just a very, very clear kind of reading, just straight to the point. The tarot's not really messing around with you anymore. The tarot's not really messing around with you anymore. They want you to know that you got a career change coming. Obviously, entertainment purposes only. Never make a career change based on a fat man reading cards on the internet. But yeah, the Tower with the 5 of Pentacles. Career changes are a brewing. This is something you have to be prepared for. It really is, right? Tammy, thank you for being a member for 19 months. My God, Tammy. Tammy is addicted to this channel. Tammy, thank you so much. Look at you. Hooray! All right. But yeah, you're really looking at a career change. I don't think a small one either. I think it just looks like that things are about to change. The Tower is not exactly a subtle change or a subtle movement as far as career goes. It's definitely something where you're going to have a seatbelt on to handle some of this. 5 of Pentacles says it could be challenging as far as money is concerned as well, but you have something happening. Now, the 4 of Swords next to a page, right? Any page, any 4. Make sure that you're prepared for it. In other words, if you see a career change in a reading, you probably want to brush up on the resume. You probably want to start looking around maybe and sort of seeing what could be next. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to dedicate looking for jobs or anything, but you do kind of sort of need to figure out what's happening and why it's happening, right? Boss offered a new position, also external offers. Ooh, that's nice indeed. Yeah. 4 of Swords is all about, is it in nursing? That's kind of weird. You got a nursing. The 4 of Swords is all about planning, preparation. This is not about going with the flow. This is not about sort of winging it. This is not about being a fool card. It's definitely about planning and preparation, getting things hammered out, getting things locked down, and getting prepared for the next steps, because you don't want to get caught to where you're not prepared. And I think you're pretty prepared for what you need to be, right? We see that with a Page of Cups. The biggest problem is some of the options you have don't look promising. They don't look exciting. And I think don't write those off immediately, even though they don't look exciting, even though they seem to be maybe not as promising as you would hope. I would definitely examine those. Again, all about planning, preparation, and research, right? Planning, preparation, and research along with this. So there you go. Ultraviolet, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. All right, second question is about love. What kind of love options do we have? What kind of love things is going on? Let's see what kind of love action we can get. Maruta says sleep on it. Absolutely, that is something. Dreams are such a good place to be when it comes to getting advice, because dreams will just tell you some interesting stuff. Love, you got something important coming. You do have something important coming. Whew, man, you got some wild readings. Saya, you got some wild readings. You literally have some of the wildest readings I've ever seen. The Lovers is all about the right match. with love, finding that there seems to be a significant love move coming for you, a significant thing happening for you. That is interesting that you have big career changes, big love changes. That is weird. Saya, are you like in that mode to where you're just ready for big changes in your life? Are you like at the end of some cycle that needs to be concluded to make room for the next big cycle? Because you have a lot of big motions, big movements coming in, and this is a very clear deck. Lovers, right? It is all about the importance or making a big movement, having a big option when it comes to love, when it comes to romance, what have you. Because the Knight of Cups says it is all about emotional connection. It's about emotionally getting happy. I think emotionally being happy is where you need to be. That's master of the obvious, right? You're like, duh. But emotionally being happy is where you need to be. A lot of us will focus on, sort of logistically, I need to get sort of this done, that done. But being emotionally happy is really going to be your poignant goal or your poignant place that you want to end up with. Because the Knight of Pentacles says you're done wasting time. And I think that's your theme right now. Saya, I'm done wasting time with love. I just don't have time. You're talking about big career changes. You're talking about life changes. You don't want to just waste away the rest of your life with just useless love kind of things. Samantha, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Knight of Pentacles says focus on the end goal. Focus on something stable. And I think that's going to be it, right? Death overall says you're in for a change. I told you that. The Lovers is good. The Lovers is good with the change that you need. Overall, you got big changes with almost every aspect of your life. When just as a general word of advice, if you are going to be uprooted with a career, if you are going to be uprooted with love and a bunch of big changes coming, you want to get grounded before you go there. You know what I mean? In other words, be stable mentally, be stable emotionally, because if you're kind of teetering on the edge of like being emotionally panicked and stuff, that's really going to push you over the edge. You don't want to be that way. So get stable, get rock solid stable first, and then address all of these changes, because all of the changes look good, but they look dramatic, right? And you don't really want to go into a dramatic change, kind of being a little bit unstable. Samantha, thank you for your other donation. All right, now that was a PayPal, my friends. That was lots and lots of PayPal. We got Julie is coming up with the 4 shot. Actually, let's do KS, and we're going to go Julie with the quad shot. All right. KS is going to be first. We got quad shot Julie, and we are going to be rocking it tonight. The necklace the father's ghost gave you. Wait a minute, like Casper the friendly ghost, like just came up and handed you a necklace? Tell me about the necklace. Ooh, okay. See, this is something we need the right tarot deck for this. A mysterious necklace, sort of a ghostly kind of thing. Ooh, I don't know. This is kind of stumping me here. Can we go with the wizards? Just as a sort of a default, I think that the wizards could be our key. The wizards could be our key here. I know we just did the wizard. Now we're doing another wizard, but this is something where you do kind of need to get ethereal, right? You do kind of need to get a little bit ethereal and kind of like see where it's coming, see what's going on. I think the additional cards in this deck are really going to kind of help out. They're going to kind of help me out a little bit, help it out going on with that. 2 of Cups. Man, this was your necklace before. Whoa. Okay, so in Pentacles, the Lovers. And you owned this necklace. This was a necklace before. You've had this necklace before. Did you make it? Somebody made this thing? What's going on with this? That is so interesting. The 2 of Cups says you're meant to have it. This is something that you need. This is something that's definitely something that has been handed to you. A connection, maybe from the other world. You do have things handed to you, sort of given to you. And it's definitely important for you to sort of understand that. This is one of the things with the 7 of Pentacles. Samantha, thank you for your triple shot. I appreciate that. 7 of Pentacles kind of says that this is something that you need to hang on to. This is almost like a good luck charm. It's something that you need in your life. It's going to bring you things that you kind of need to have. And I think that it's going to be very important for you. Overall, the Lover says it's a good match and definitely is a remembrance piece. You've had this either in another life or some other things happening. I say that because of the Empress. Like, this is your possession. This is something that you need and whatnot. So we're going on a limb. We're going to say you've had this necklace before. It had something similar to it. Maybe something that you had made. And I think that creation aspect is coming from some of the test tubes and whatnot from that. Ultimately, the Two of Cups and the Lovers mean this is yours. Do not lose it. Keep track of it. Keep it on at all times. I think it's going to bring you an amazing amount of either good luck or some type of protection. Going out on a limb, some type of protection, maybe. I think it's going to be kind of cool. Anyway, Julie has the quad shot tonight, making it happen, making it rain over there, Julie. All right. Okay, Julie, does R want a relationship with me? All right, since we got a bunch of the sort of love questions out here, seeing what we're going to do. We're going to use the Modern Love Tarot for this. We already used it on another read, but I think that's going to be good, right? That's going to be good. Now, we do have the ACLS exam, and we got medical school and whatnot. We're going to switch decks for that, but I want to focus on love readings with this because I think this is going to be an important deck to sort of make the grade with these particular questions. All right, I'm going with a King of Wands. Philippa, thank you for your donation. Appreciate you. We're going with a King of Wands here next to a Queen of Wands. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, and they do. This is very sort of a sexual thing. I mean, I'm just saying, sort of the fiery aspect. I'm not saying it's all sex. I'm just saying you got a little fiery aspect here. They want something hot. They want something quick. They want something that just makes the grade, right? The King with the Queen of Wands is all about getting that fire out there, getting that fiery connection. Is it sort of a cups where we want love and deep rooted sort of connection? No, it's just sort of let's hit it and make it happen. Three of Cups is interesting, especially with a Four of Swords. It just says that we don't know where to go from here. We don't know where to go from here. So do they want some action? Yes. Do they have any long-term plans? No. So if you're saying, do they want a relationship? I don't really think they know. I don't really think that they've decided. They've come to this conclusion or this end goal. I don't really think it happened. I don't think they want to wing it. They want to make it. A little bit of the Three of Cups. Let's get some celebration. Let's get drunk. Let's make it happen. Overall, the Four of Swords that says, we'll wait and make plans later. And I think that's the feel, right? We'll make plans later, but we need a very fiery aspect while we wait is what I'm talking about. A little bit of that. All right. Will C want to be with me in the next 30 to 60 days? That's very precise. We'll see if C is coming around. If C is going to make it. If C is like, yes, this is something I definitely want. We want to make it happen. Oh, man. Four of Wands says yes. We got a Temperance. We got an Empress. And okay, yes, yeah, absolutely. I absolutely, positively, we're going with a thumbs up on here. Maybe even a love balloons. We got some good cards. You got some good cards on your reads is what I'm saying. Four of Wands, happy home, happy family. A little bit of an action here, right? We got a Four of Wands. We're just making it. We love it. We enjoy it. So a little bit of a dancing, but sort of making a level of stability, making a happy home here, okay? Empress with a Queen of Cups. It's all about emotions. It's all about getting together, and it's all about doing what feels good or what leads us into the next realm. Because the Empress is all literally about being with you, right? The Empress with a Four of Wands, very powerful combo. It is about getting something stable, getting this in, and that is going to be fantastic. Overall, Queen of Cups says this is going to be more emotional than you think it is. So you're kind of looking at it, you're like, nah, we can do this and we can do that. I really think you're going to get caught up in emotions with this connection. It's really going to just ring you in. It's going to start just ringing true. You feel like this is really something that I'm connected with emotionally, that I'm having a good time with emotionally. Overall, I think that's going to be a big thing for you, in my opinion, of course. Okay, we're going to go with the next question, which is, will I pass the ACLS exam next weekend? All right, I really think we're going to go back to Amy. I'm going to go back to the Amy deck, and we're going to switch off to the Wonder World Tarot, because this is such a good deck for a question like that. You're talking about an exam, kind of making a journey. You don't really know where you're going to end up, and I think that's one of the big components of this as well, right? Joanna, thank you for your donation. Appreciate that. Amanda, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Taurus, welcome to the stream. It is good to see you as well. What's going on, everybody? It's Saturday night. I appreciate all of y'all spending time over here with me, hanging out. Y'all could be doing anything, but I'm just saying, y'all spending all this time with me. I appreciate y'all. Okay, let's see where we're going here. By the way, we got to end eventually, and this is the last call for beer. It's the last call for beer. We got Joanna's going to be the last reading tonight. So then we're gonna make a last call for beer. I don't know. We're gonna eat a banana and take a shower, not necessarily in that order, nor at the same time. Passing an exam. High Priestess says you got the knowledge that you need, so sure. That's something, right? 90% of it is covered. 90% of it is handled. High Priestess says, holding the Torah, reading the book, you've done the work. You don't need assistance. You've done the work. It's almost like you're just ready to get this over with. You're like in that mode, right? I'm just ready to get it over with so I can do what I need to do, so I can go into the next thing, so I can get the next kind of thing handled. A 7 of coins, right? I'm ready for the next adventure. I think you've studied maybe too much. You've done a little. You're in a mode where you're ready to move on, and this is your opportunity. So can you ace it? I don't really think that's going to be a problem. High Priestess, again, being the first card. The first card is not a subtle card. It's not a subtle position. It's right in your face. It says, look, I got what I need. I don't need much else. I'm ready just to cut this off, to get this done, to cut the head off the exam, just make it happen and move on to the next big thing. Because I think you're ready to just move on. And that's one of the big things here. There's only so much studying you can do. And I think you're good. You are good indeed. Okay, we're going with the last question. We'll be starting at the Jupiter. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. We'll be starting at the Lincoln Medical. Okay, that's pretty specific. Can we start at a medical thing? Where's that deck that had nursing in it? That was the Harry Potter one. That would be interesting. That would have been an interesting. Okay, 7 of Wands, Hang Pot. Okay, yes, that's a yes. Okay, certain cards just say yes to certain questions. And this is one of them. You're looking at starting at a job. 8 of Coins says, I'm starting at a job. I'm working. I'm getting it done. I'm doing the tasks. I'm doing the deeds that need to be done. And then the Wheel of Fortune, what comes around goes around. It tells you about a day-to-day routine, steady work, steady employment. I come in, I do my stuff, I leave. I come in, I do my stuff, I leave. The Wheel of Fortune is a magical card indeed. Now, 7 of Wands, there's a level of trepidation about getting in here. It's almost like a couple of red flags that you see or something. You're just like, well, I'm not really, but just be prepared, right? Hanged Hatter says just sort of don't really be too concerned about it, too worried about it, because the other 2 cards really got your back, right? They really got your back. And I think that's the big factor here. As long as you sort of have this guarantee, or as long as you have this sort of a settlement at the end here, I think that's going to be pretty good, right? Even though we have a couple of red flags, I wouldn't freak out with that. I've obviously, entertainment purposes only, never get a job based on the fat man reading your cards on the internet. Mike knows that. Mike knows that. Mike says, oh, is reaching out to AM a good idea? If reaching out to AM doesn't work, Mike, reach out to PM, because PM is a little bit darker. PM has more options, right? That's the important thing here. All right. Let's see. Reaching out to AM or PM, gonna be good. 8 of Cups, Page of Wands, 4 and the Hierophant. No, don't do it. No, I think it's a bad idea. We got mixed messages here, but the biggest thing that affects a reading is the first card. I talked about this all the time on other videos and what have you, but this is 8 of Cups. Like, abandon this crap. Mike, you need to abandon it. Go, cut bait. Just don't do it, right? Page of Wands, it says whatever we do, whatever we sort of focus on may not be exactly what we're going to sort of end up being happy about. Definitely with that. By the way, thank you for ordering a deck, Pam. I appreciate that. If you want to order yourself my deck of cards, link in the description. It's $19. And I mean, just saying, $19. With the inflation and stuff, you know what's $19 on right now for tarot? Like nothing. Like I'm it. Anyway, all right. But yeah, 8 of Cups is abandon it, cut bait, get out of there. Page of Wands says if we do, the Page of Wands sucks in this situation and in this question. No matter what we do, we're not right. No matter what we do, it's a big waste of time. No matter what we do, they don't take it the right way. You just got to get that Page of Wands, and you got to get it out of here, right? You just got to get it out of the rate. It sucks. It really does. 4 of Wands says there's better places for you to be, better uses of your time and your energy. Absolutely. Hierophant, right? Don't be Don't be sort of, don't be sort of convinced by everything, not everything you see, not everything you hear, maybe a little bit on the level. So I wouldn't. No, I would just say avoid it. Just dodge it. Dodge it like a running back in the NFL is what I'm saying. All right, and Samantha is next. Samantha's got the triple shot, making it happen, burning up the credit card tonight. Will I move by August? August seems a reasonable time frame. Let's get you a good deck over here. Going to get you the very serious deck of what's known as the Mons Tarot. And see what's going on. I don't think it works like Facebook tags, but if I tag you, I'll let you know. Okay, well, cool. Possible to tag others, feel free to tag me. Maybe. What Wonderworld Tarot is going to be shipping? I mean, hopefully. I ordered $120 worth of tarot cloths to be shipped to me. It was a Kickstarter. I ordered it a year and a half ago, and I got squat. Let me tell you now, when you see the tarot cloths that I ordered, you will be like, holy crap, what is that? They are amazing. They're not like cute. They're not like sort of cool. They are devastatingly attractive. Okay. That's why I ordered like 5 of them, and I got squat. I need to write the dude. I'll be like, dude, it's been a year and a half. Anyway, this is my thing. All right. We're going to go with moving by August. Queen, Knight, Sun. Man, it's going to be really close. It's going to be, if you do, it's going to be like late August. I mean, it really is. Not only because you have the sun over here kind of wrapping up summer, but you got the Knight of Cups. I didn't find what I needed. I'm not finding anything I'm excited about. Queen of Wands. I mean, I'm able to move, but I'm not finding anything I'm happy with. That's your problem. Not finding anything that I'm happy with. I think that's what your issue is. But can you? Yeah, maybe. It's going to be like the butt end of August if you do. Will E become jealous of my friendship with C? Is E the jealous type? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Oh, Jesus, I could be wrong. Yeah, kind of. Kind of, right? The Six of Wands. You're having a level of success and they don't like it. And that's a problem because I don't think that's really a good friend. When you have success, you want a friend to be supportive of you. I just don't think they are. I think the Tower says this is something they do get a little bit jealous about. Page of Wands, they're not the jealous type, but there's something about this interaction that really just keys off that jealousy and makes them go, makes them go, ah. Victoria, we're wrapping up for tonight, Victoria. We are wrapping up for tonight. If you don't mind waiting for tomorrow to get your reading, you can donate, sure. But it will be tomorrow. We start at 6:30 p.m. Central. But yeah, a little bit. But just intuitively, I don't think they're the jealous type, though. But there's something with this particular thing that just activates something in them, right? I'm not the jealous type, but there is scenarios to where I really get keyed up, Will I move to wheeling? Wheeling. Let's see about this. Death. King of Swords and the Ten of Swords. No, absolutely not. No, you won't. Death, there's better things to do. There's better places to be, better places to move to. I really don't think wheeling is going to be your destination. Death card said there's changes. You're being altered by a little ant or something like that. The Ten of Swords ultimately says, no, let's not go there. So that's going to be a big old thumbs down with that. I just don't think wheeling is where you need to be, right? King of Swords, some things waiting on you there that you don't really want to deal with, but that's the way it goes. You got to deal with that stuff. Philippa, does Darius still like me in the romantic fashion? Let's see if they still like you a little bit of a romance there. Oh, man, maybe not. Oh, no. Let's see if they still like you romantically with this. Oh, Jesus. No, and no. That's going to be a no. That is, Ten of Wands says they don't want to go there. that they just don't want to go there. Either they've been stacked up with enough negativity or enough things to where they just don't want to deal with it, or something else. There's something going on. You know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I can tell you there's something going on. The reason is you got horrible reads all over this place. You got a Ten of Swords, a cutting action. You got a Tower. Things have fallen. Things are not going to be rebuilt. So that is a whole lot of no. Things have fallen. Things are not going to be rebuilt. The Ten of Swords, we're done with it. Things are too loaded up with either emotion, changes, other things, maybe negativity. I don't really know what's going on with that. What deck is that? Do I get the box? I do not have the box. This is the same person that does the Dark Mansion Tarot. So search for Dark Mansion Tarot, and they got like the World Tarot. Anyway, so go search for Dark Mansion Tarot, and it's Taroteca. And they make this deck. So search for Dark Mansion Tarot, go to taroteca.com, and this is on their site. Now, before you get involved in ordering this, all of their decks come in two flavors. The first flavor is this Dark Mansion card that doesn't spread very well. It kind of sticks a little bit. The second flavor is a super smooth, gliding deck like this. I recommend this one. This one is better. This one is better because Christina has this version of the Dark Mansion, and it is so much better in my opinion. But I mean, you know, to each his own, to each his own. So it's about $60, which is reasonable considering like every Kickstarter, 60 bucks, except for my Kickstarter. I mean, let's admit it. If you want to pay only 35 bucks for 39 bucks for a Kickstarter, mine is it. I got the moon. I got this Tasty Tarot is on Kickstarter. Link in the description. This is my deck, my invention, all of the cool cards. We got cool, cute graphics. This would be great for just about anybody. You pull this out and you start reading with it. People are like, oh my God, what is that? That is so cute. And that's what it is. I made this deck and I need your help to fund this. So please go and help me out. Click the link in the description. Go fund it. Again, this is 2019 prices. I kept my prices at 2019 price. Okay. I'm not going to charge you 50 bucks. I'm not going to charge you 60 bucks. I'm going to charge you the pre-inflation 2019 price of 39 bucks. Because I love you. I can't do that to you. I can't charge you 60 bucks for some stupid tarot deck. I want you to have the nice, easy, cheap deck. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Tarot to Go. Thank you for your order. I appreciate you. Tarot to Go. I don't know if you are Tracy or what is the other one? Or Pamela. But anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I thank you so much, Tarot to Go. We will get that shipped tomorrow for you. Okay, we got 2 more readings. We are out of here for tonight. Joanna wants to know, is the next little while, am I going to make a focus on my career, personal growth, more than a relationship? That's the rub. That's the rub. It's damn difficult to do that. It's damn difficult to get that balance between relationship and growth and doing what you need, right? Because that's a weird place to be. I agree with you. It's a weird place to be. So yeah, all right. Mainly focus on career, personal growth more than relationships. Okay, let's see what's going on about personal growth. Kind of depends on what you're growing, what you're doing, and whatnot. Ace of Swords, 3 of Swords, and the 10 of Cups. Okay, there is a level of, yes, you need to focus on personal growth, and relationships is going to be in that mode of, the problem is you need to balance it out. I think that's ultimately what you need to do. You need to balance it out. The 3 of Swords says if you just straight up neglect your relationships, you're screwed. Right? I mean, you're screwed. You got a little bit of the 3 of Swords action. Ace of Swords says communicate very, very clearly that you need time for personal growth. You need to do this. You need to do that at this time. I think if you communicate with it and also give the relationship some time slices, right? If it's love, maybe it's like, date night or something like that, where you just focused on this individual. You screw personal growth. But yeah, you don't want to get in a relationship and just neglect personal growth, because then the relationship ends over time and you're back to square one if you lost a lot of steam. So yeah. Nine of Wands says be prepared to take some sacrifices here. It's going to be difficult to balance it out. You need to make some sacrifices in some level. Make sure to communicate with everybody involved that you need the personal growth. This is what you're doing. And focus on things like date nights, right? 10 of Cups, like date nights, if it's a relationship, if it's a friendship, sort of it's kind of a friendship date night. But that's it, right? The 10 of Cups. I'm solely focused on you and only you. F, personal growth. F, all my projects. F, work. You are 100% of my attention. And if you do that for one night, 2 nights, whatever you need to make them happy, you're going to be a hot target. You're going to be right on target. Because the Three of Swords says, yeah, if you neglect them, then it's going to go downhill pretty quick. I don't think that's really it. I just don't think that is going to be something you want to do. Tasty Tarot, believe in the power of the double cheese. Ultraviolet, you've been around a long time for that story. Ultraviolet just basically took me back to my days when I worked at Wendy's. So the days that I worked at Wendy's. So yeah, anyway. So Ultraviolet, you pay a lot of attention to what I say. I got to tell you that now. Do you believe in the double cheese? That, I haven't brought that up in a very long time. Ultraviolet wins the internet tonight because they have paid a lot of attention to what I say, which I think is good. And it's good, I guess. That's good. But yeah, do you believe in the power of the double cheese? Do you believe in the double cheese? Anyway, the long story. What deck is this? It's the Key Tarot. You got keys. Look up, Google Key Tarot, and that is going to get you where you need to be. How can I prove as a tarot reader? Four of Wands. You need to join my open forum for reading for other people. That reading for other people is how you get better at tarot. You don't get better by doing mail-in. You don't get better by doing reading trades on Facebook. You need to read for real people. Bottom line, right? Four of Wands. Make reading your home. Bring people into your home and make it happen. Wheel of Fortune says you need to read every day, right? Jupiter, it's like the example that people that paint give. You got to move the brush. A day where you don't move the brush in painting is a day that you have wasted in painting, right? What's the best time to start painting? 5 years ago. What's the second best time to start painting? A year ago, right? What's not the best time to start painting? Right now. And I think that's kind of where you're at. You just need to be moving the brush a little bit. You need to be putting things down on the table. You need to be reading for people. And all sorts of great Facebook groups you could do that. And I'm going to have an open forum to where you're going to get on video and you're going to be able to read for live people. So just be aware. Wheel of Fortune says read every day. Read every day. Six of Cups, find people to read for. It's so easy. It's so easy. You got a little deck of cards in your purse. You're carrying a little mini deck of cards. Because today we went to the CBD shop, right? And we could have read for somebody. I should have had a deck. But I do so many readings here, I don't really care. But, if you're like a new, or that's basically it. Have a little deck of cards and do readings for people. People love that crap. You know who does tarot readings for like random people at the store? Or nobody. And it's such a refreshing, cool thing that people love it. King of Swords, communicate everything. Don't hold back. And that's the biggest piece of the puzzle is communicate everything. If you see something intuitively, communicate it. If you see something in the cards, communicate it. Don't sit there and self-doubt yourself and be like, I'm not sure if I should say that. You should say that. And that is the readings for tonight. Thank you all for your donations. I appreciate y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.